let's say like you're going into a place and like maybe the crowd doesn't really know you that well, and like you go in and seeing the crowd switch and be like, yo, like they really fuck with you. How
Oh,
how
that's
is that moment?
that's a high no drug on earth can ever give you.
Yeah,
No other way to explain it.
yeah. I actually remember like and I'm pretty sure you have examples of this too. But like I remember I was at a show and I was performing, and I had just had like my one new song that like I felt like was really like one of my biggest songs. So I had it on the end of my playlist, right? And I'm performing, and it's a big show. It's probably like three four hundred people like around there and there, and I'm performing, and it's like crickets. And I'm like, oh man, like, what the fuck? I'm like, I've gone through like three songs. People are turned around. They're not even paying attention to me. And I'm like, man, so I told the DJ, I'm like, yo, my song that I have last, play it now. So then he did that. I played that song. I had the cordless mic and I just walked around the crowd. By the time I was done that song, the crowd was fucking with me, and they fucked with me for the last couple songs I had. And I was like, I was so glad that like I was like I realized I had to switch it up. Um,
But
have you ever been that? Like, have you ever
uh,
had those moments where it's like you're flopping and you're like, oh
if
man,
any artist
I
told
gotta
you
figure
they've
it
never, if any artist told you they've never experienced that, I'm telling you right now, I don't care. Any artist listening, I'm saying it.
out.
Any artist tell you they never experienced that, either don't do shows or they're liars.
Yeah, yeah,
It happens to, it happens to the greatest of all greats get
for
booed
sure,
and shit. Like,
for
my
sure.
most nightmare show was funny. It's funny because you know the season that jumped on earlier? Me and him
Yeah,
were doing the show together. It was my most nightmare show, and it was the first time I experienced the crowd not fucking with me. The crowd, but the thing was, the crowd just wanted the headliner, and the headliner was Lloyd Banks,
oh, okay.
right? And we were in Manhattan, and honestly, I don't know what it is, but that crowd was just bad. Like, it was rough. There was fights everywhere. Like, it was just not. I don't know what it was. It was just not a good crowd that night. And
Yeah,
we've been at this venue numerous times, and it was all fire. Like, we did Mobb Deep's 25th anniversary there. We were with Joe Budden. Like,
what?
yeah, dude. Like, I got to meet Joe. I got to meet both Mobb Deep. Like, I've done so many shows with Prodigy and Havoc. May he rest in peace. Like,
Yeah, right.
both of them saw me at Irving Plaza for like a different show. They were like special guests walking in, and we were at All Access because one of my
Yeah,
buddies had like a plug. And Prodigy and Havoc stopped just to say what up because we've done so many shows together and shit. Like, yeah, man, cool.
yeah,
But yeah, that Lloyd Banks show, bro, was a nightmare, bro.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that was early in my
the
stars. Yeah, nah, bro, it was bad. It was. Trust me, there was no positive point to that show. But you know what? I feel like that's a breaking point of an artist. Like, I'll be honest with you, bro, that shit almost got to my head. When you do
yeah,
10 consecutive shows since you start thinking, now you think you got that little chip on your shoulder, like, yeah, people don't, I love it. Everyone loves it. And then you go and you get hit by a show like that.
yeah.
It's either I ain't doing this shit no more or you gonna learn from it and keep. But what was crazy with
It's
me
humbling,
was
right?
I was on the fence, bro. I was so new to this that like I was almost like fuck this. I don't want to do this shit. Like it was that bad.
Yeah,
And not season was like, nah, bro, it's just one of them. Don't worry. And I was doing like, nah, fuck this. This shit's stupid. And a day later, we get hit up by the promoter and it's like, yo, Ja Rule's doing a welcome home party in Times Square. We need two acts, and we went through the list, and there was another group called I think 85th Street. They were called. They were from Queens, New York,
yeah,
and then they hit us. So we were like the two that this whole agency had so many artists at, but they called us two to come, and we
yeah.
were like, Ja Rule, yeah, we'll go. And it was crazy, dude. Third day later, I remember that Lloyd Banks show was a Sunday, and that Wednesday was Ja Rule, Times Square, private party, sold out. And we went from getting booed at this Lloyd Banks show to like people were throwing us joints and blunts on stage while we were performing at this Ja Rule. So like it was such a different. I was like, yo, I love life today. You know, I met Peter Guns came up to me like, yo, Stevie J. Like we met so many people. Look, that was the year I think Ja Rule was on Love and Hip Hop. So like half the cast was there that night, and we're all backstage, and I'm like, holy shit, this is dope. And that was like I don't know. I want to say that was like the bad that like energy I needed in my battery pack to keep going because that Lloyd Banks was a real uppercut, bro.